Okay, this is a real railroad watch, and how you tell the difference between an old pocket watch and a railroad watch is you'll see many watches that have a lid on them, like this one. It's not a, it'd be as big as this watch. And they go so far as to emboss on the back of it an engine. And they'll tell you that it's a real pocket watch, but or real railroad watch, but there's only one real railroad watch. And this one, by the way, is approximately 115 years old. It was bought by my grandfather for $100 in the 1900s. He was a railroad engineer. Everything depended on time. They had no radios or satellites or anything. Everything depended on the time. For instance, I don't know if you can see this or not, this is a siding. They had to be at this siding and pull off at a certain time so this express train could come through. It was very important for them to be there at that siding at the prescribed time. There were two watches like this on the train. The engineer has one and the conductor has one. You notice in old movies somebody would ask the conductor what time it is, and he'd invariably pull out the watch and give it a few cranks. The reason they did that was because you have to disassemble it to set the time. If you pull up the stem and can set the time, it's not a real railroad watch. It's just a pocket watch. A real railroad watch is set like this. You unscrew the bezel, take it off, and hidden here is a little lever. You pull this lever out like so, and now you can turn the hands. And you set the watch and you put it back. It runs approximately 12 hours on a full wind. So they would wind, we're constantly winding up the watch. Every time somebody would ask them what time it is, they would wind it, give it a couple of cranks. So if you run across an old pocket watch and somebody tells you that it is a railroad watch and they can pull up the stem and set the hands, it's not. So don't be ripped off. This watch's value is undetermined. It could be in the thousands. So I just thought I'd show you the difference between a regular pocket watch and a railroad watch. This is actually a real railroad watch. I'll do this one more time to show you how it's done. You can see the hands turn. You push the lever back in in its hidden compartment. And the reason that they didn't want you to disassemble it was because these threads are extremely fine and you can easily cross-thread it. So that's why they were constantly winding up their watches. It takes a few minutes to get it to catch. But anyway, that's the basics of a real railroad watch and just a pocket watch. So I hope that'll help you out.